for people to join. We'll get in the mood by singing Hine Matov. They're taking a last drink or two and walking over slowly.
Please rise. Tekiah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. You may be seated. During the month of Elul, we prepare ourselves for the high holy days. And so we prepare in physical ways by trying out new mics, which we're doing tonight. So let us know how that goes. So as we work on our high holy day speakers, thank you to Mike and his department for making sure we sound good these upcoming high holy days. Tomorrow we will prepare our physical space. We won't be here, we'll be at CBI for Slichot as we change the covers of our Torah to white. But we also prepare ourselves for the days of awe. And so we sound the shofar to awaken ourselves to the moments that are about to happen. We change some of our liturgy as well, add a couple of poems of reflection too. So I offer a poem for Elul, an island in the year. Before we slip too quickly into the season of the soul, let there be a Sabbath for the hearts. Before the music of creation majesty, let there be a silent praise of existence. Before the feast of sanctified words, let there be a poetry of solitude. Before we enter the palaces of prayer, let us find within ourselves a place of calm. Before we revel in the wondrous and sublime, let there be an honest inward gaze. Before the rites and ceremonies of awe, let there be quieter days, an island of attentiveness. We begin our service with our Siddur, our prayer book in front of you. In the blue numbers, page 662, Psalm 27, that we recite each day of Elul.
Nine, 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 שאלתי מאת אדוני אותה אבקש אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני אותה אבקש אי 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 שבתי בבית אדוני כל ימי חיי לחזות בנועם אדוני ולבקר בחלום לחזות בנועם אדוני ולבקר בחלום יאי די 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 די
We turn in our Siddur to page 120, and it's my honor to invite up our three wonderful B'nai Mitzvah for tomorrow, Jake, Madeline, and Henry, and I'm going to invite up your parents and your siblings to join us as you light our Shabbat candles. Ready? 1, 2, 3. As
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Shake, Henry, and Madeline, tomorrow you will become a bat mitzvah. And so throughout this month, we sound the shofar. And there are 3 sounds of the shofar: Tekiah, Shivarim, and Teruah. Each of those sounds are very different. But the beauty of each sound is that it's the same length. You're supposed to have a powerful sound, and even if it's 3 short ones or 9 short little breaks, they're all the same length. And so that teaches us that we are all different. We all have skills, we all have different strengths, and each of the 3 of you are different. But also each of the 3 of you are strong Jews that will lead our community with perfect pitch and beautiful words of Torah tomorrow. And we are so glad that our tradition is in the hands and the feet and the shofar of all of you. So mazel tov to your family, and we can't wait to see you and lead our congregation tomorrow. We continue with Maya Behayu.
היפה היום, שבת שלום. היפה היום, שבת שלום. שבת, שבת שלום. שבת, שבת שלום. שבת, שבת שלום. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Page 134.
זמרו לאדוני, זמרו לאדוני בחינו, זמרו לאדוני בחינו וכל זמרה. יחד
page 138. We'll sing the Chadodi together. Verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. On the final verse, I invite you to rise, face our sanctuary door as we welcome the Sabbath bride. Just welcome the Sabbath bride. I invite you to welcome someone that you may not know. Introduce yourself, ask them how their week was. Get out of your pews. It's always nice to meet someone new. We continue our service on page 146. We remain standing.
Yeah.
continue together on page 151 at the top of the page. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohel Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. I invite Henry to help us lead the Via Hafta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווה היום על לבביך, ונשינתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, וחיו כתבות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Crossing the sea. Eternal, watch over my small domain of light and shadow, those few people who share my love, and all others upon this earth, that sometimes shakes with thunder and reverberates with lightning. Help us to live with fear and conquer rage. Heal the hate that makes us kill and covers the ground with this Red Sea that only you can part, so we may all walk through the wilderness to your realm of peace, where all men and women are one, and sing your blessed name.
בקודש, תורת תהילות, אוסף אלה, תורת תהילות, אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה לי ענו ואמרו, זה לי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני את יעקב, וגלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Continue with Vishamru on page 162.
ושמעו בני ישראל השבת לעשות את השבת בדודם ברית עולם. ושמעו בני ישראל השבת לעשות את השבת בדודם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדודם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדודם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדודם ברית עולם.
Continue with the Amidah. It's my honor to invite up Maddie and Jake to help us lead us. Please rise.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai,
open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Eloheinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, האל הגדול הגיבור הנורא, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, מביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ושרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשמי עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. נאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
we continue silently to page 180, either using the words of your siddur, the words of your heart. When you're done, I invite you to be seated.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו.
During our silent prayer, our thoughts may have turned to a loved one or a family or friend who needs a little bit of extra healing of mind, body, or spirit. And so our synagogue community thinks at this time of how Gabby Kraft Buckman, Ross Kagan, Harold Cohen, Chaim Yankel, Alice Bia, Lauren Kretschmann, Shari Barnett, Stephen Wasser, Hussein Aziz, Kim Olson, Howard Kessler, Sharon Stricker, Jeffrey Feldman, Jolie Davis, John Giardina, Kenneth Brill, Michelle Colburn, Marianne Xenopoulos, and Carol Thau. If you are thinking of a loved one this evening, I invite you to say their names now. May the one who may the one whose blessings are many heal us and bless us, and all those who live in shadows of illness. May God's care bring us comfort and courage. May God's love open our eyes to the faith and compassion around us. May the source of hope and renewal show us the way towards peace of mind, wholeness within, and strength from community. Source of blessing, as you inspired Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, inspire us too. Let us shine the soft light of human kindness in dark places. Let song, prayer, and silence be our instruments of care and healing. Let us all, the sick and the well together, be blessed as God blessed Joshua. Hazach ve'amatz. Be strong and of good courage. And let us say,
Amen.
On Shabbat, we gather as community to give strength to people who are going through trials or illness. But we also gather in community to celebrate good things and the sweetness of each week. So I want to hear if anyone had a sweet week. Maybe it was someone's birthday, an anniversary. Maybe someone did really well on a test or made it through a week without forgetting a carpool. Anything. Yes?
One of my former students is becoming a
One of your former students is becoming a bar mitzvah. Awesome. Yes.
After 2.5 years, I went back to the office on Tuesday.
Awesome. Back to the office, re-entering to the office. A birthday. Happy birthday. I think Maddie had a birthday too, right? Awesome. Yes. Some of your friends are becoming B'nai Mitzvah. That's awesome. Awesome. Good things. Any other birthdays or other things?
We made it to this week.
We made it to this week. So we rise for Kiddush, page 123. Please join with us.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת אמן לחיים.
To a sweet week of goodness and happiness. Please be seated. With people traveling a bit more and the airports becoming a bit more crowded, I believe that you can learn a lot about a person by the way they handle themselves at an airport, especially the boarding process. There are travelers that queue very politely in lines and in the right rows for the boarding procedures. There are travelers that might be called gate dwellers, hanging around the gate near the lines, but not really in line. There are those travelers who are running to the gate the very last minute, the last person to board. And I'm not going to ask you to identify yourselves, but on my last trip to Israel, one thing that I did notice, and Shimon probably can agree with me, is that Israelis do not like lines. Once the boarding process has started, it is a free-for-all. Baby strollers on one side, doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair or how many bags you have, it is crazy. And I totally understand. I do not like waiting in lines. I'm the person in Trader Joe's, and some of you may have seen me at Trader Joe's, that walks up and down the aisles to find the shortest line. And if my line isn't moving fast enough, I jump into another line. And I think usually that is a bad strategy. Waiting is not my strong suit. And in today's world of instant communication, instant results, instant COVID tests, the thought of waiting is extremely difficult. So I just imagine how Moses must have felt. After 40 years of leading his people through the wilderness, after learning that he will not be able to enter the promised land, forbidden to see the pleasure with his own eyes as the result of his leadership, Moses finds himself on his final speech to the Israelites, giving them instructions, ki tavo, when you come to the land. He has given everything, absolutely everything, to his people. And based on their track record, it doesn't even matter. They have not changed in the last 39 years. So why should now be any different? And yet something fascinating occurs moments before Moses shares the list of blessings and curses that the Israelites must follow, that our B'nai Mitzvah students will read tomorrow morning. Moses and the priests ask the people to listen. For this day you become a people unto the eternal your God. For almost 4 decades, the Israelites have been wandering the deserts, getting in closer and closer to the promised land. And on this day, now they become a people. It's a strange statement after all they've been going through and all of the waiting. Our medieval commentary, Rashi, expounds upon this verse, explaining that every day, every single day of your life should be as though it is this day, the day on which you become God's people and become aware of the blessings and the curses that await. That's a powerful statement, that each and every single day of your life is a day when you become God's people. No matter what you did yesterday or today, today is now the day on which you make a choice of how to live. Hasidic leader in the late 18th century, Rabbi Levi Yitzhak of Berditch, believed that with every breath you receive new nourishment, new sustenance. You become a new person every single day. And if you are a new person every single day, then your merits hearing revelation at Mount Sinai every single day. You are able to hear not just the words of Torah, but the very voice of God. A voice that is commanding and inspiring, rejuvenating and refreshing. So how fitting that we read these words from Ki Tavo as we prepare for the High Holy Days in just over a week. According to tradition, the Hebrew month of Elul, the month leading up to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, is the time that Moses spent waiting on Mount Sinai, preparing the second set of tablets after the incident of the golden calf. Moses ascended the mountain on the first day of Elul and descended 40 days later on Yom Kippur. And so during this month of Elul, we are instructed to begin that process of reflecting on our past year, searching our inner selves. Where can we improve? Elul and this Torah portion reminds us that our days are significant, that we might better recognize the accomplishments we have achieved, the changes we have effected, and yes, the work that remains to be done. As we prepare ourselves for Yom Kippur, these days are a perfect time to drop old attitudes, to forget old assumptions, to let go of the no that has plagued our past, and the yes to the possibilities that fill our future. It's no coincidence that the Torah goes out of its way to explain this powerful commandment, that today we become a people, was given not by Moses alone, but by the priest as well. The ability to perceive every day as brand new, as an opportunity for change, for growth, for new ventures, cannot be limited to one leader alone. It must be the belief of all people that we are all a part of improving. Only then can we realize that today is not just a day of 40 years worth of days. Today is the day we become a people. Shabbat Shalom.
So this next song is an original that I wrote actually Isaiah wrote this song. I just composed it, but Isaiah the prophet Isaiah. And I wrote this song for the Women of the Wall a few years ago. And it fits this Torah portion because it's actually the Haftorah that the Bnei Mitzvah will recognize. It starts with Kumi Ori, Kiva Orech, which are arise and shine because your light has arrived. And on a personal note, on that, this Torah portion, Ki Tavo, marks 1 year since my daughter's birth. She's 1 year old now. And Ki Tavo, which means when you shall arrive, if you read it in a different way, it's Ki Tavo can also be because she arrived. And I choose to look at it that way. So this is Kumi Ori. Kumi Ori, Kiva Orech, Ukevod Adonai, Alaich Zara. Kumi Ori, Kiva Orech, Ukevod Adonai, Alaich ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, אל תראי, כי לא תבושי, ברחמים גדולים בקבצך, ובחסד עולם ריחמתי. קומי אורי, קיבה אורך, וכבוד אדוני עלייך זרה. קומי אורי, קיבה אורך, וכבוד אדוני עלייך זרה. It's time to rise up and shine. It's time to rise up and shine. Try that. It's time to rise up and shine. Yeah. It's time to rise up and shine. Keep singing that. Yeah. It's time. Kumi kiva orech. It's time to kumi kiva orech. It's time to rise up and shine. Kumi, kumi, kumi ori, kiva orech, וכבוד אדוני עלייך זרה. קומי אורי, קיבה אורך, וכבוד אדוני עלייך Mazel tov. You know the words. Yeah, that's great.
We conclude our service on page 586. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. At this time in our service, our thoughts turn to loved ones who death has recently taken from us, and those who have died in this season and years past. And in this season of forgiveness, unfortunately, we do not have the Shloshim list. So if you are remembering a loved one who has died in the last 30 days, I'm going to invite you to stand and please share their name with us and the relationship to your loved one as well.
Sheila Gibsonburg, sister.
We remember the yard sites of our loved ones as well. If you hear your loved one's name, I invite you to rise. Dorothy Aronson, Russell Becker, Jack Callan, Elaine Elka Shafitz, Sanford Chorney, Lillian Dropkin, Ray Eisenberg, Murray Elbaum, Tom Glasser, Milton Gordon, May Greenspan, Rachel Gertis, Blanche Hirsch, Goldie Honigfield, Dorothy Jacobson, Stanley Jaffe, Francis Kantz, Margaret Carolis, Morris Kessler, Francis Kolschister, Fred Kraft, Irving Krantz, Leon Krauss, Benjamin Kuttner, Lorraine Laufer, Aaron Levitz, Walter Marcus, Sharon Marcus, Rose Meshulam, Esther Mofshin, Sylvia Parnes, Harvey Paroff, Jack Resnick, Irving Rosenhan, Mark Rothenberg, Seymour Sanders, Saul Savid, Michael Schlar, Rose Schlissenfeld, May Schmidt, Daniel Seidman, Vanya Selsener, Edith Steinberg, Emmanuel Tabachnik, Daniel Turiel, Willie Barron, Jerry Vanella, Ira Weinberg, Saul Weisbrot, Dora Wiener, Pearl Winters, Katie Wool, Augusta Zagarin, and Seymour Zorn. If you are in the first year mourning, I invite you to rise as well. In sacred solidarity, we rise for the words of Mourner's Kaddish found on page 598. V'yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad yivarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'yizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam amei amaya. Yivarach v'yishtabach v'yibahar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudashah b'richu. Ve'ela mikol berchata v'shirata, v'shbechata v'nechamata, damiran v'yama v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'brama, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and all of Israel, as together we say, Amen. Please be seated. To those in the period of Shloshim, again, my deep apologies for not having the list this evening. We'll make sure we have it tomorrow morning and for the next Shabbats throughout this month of Elul as well. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock at CBI in Scotch Plains, we are joining other Union County congregations to mark Slichot. We begin with Havdalah and then a program of Ukrainian stories. We'll tell Hasidic stories from the that connect us to the high holidays, and then we'll be updated by the Jewish Distribution Committee about current Ukrainian stories and how we can continue to help the Ukrainian population. And then high holidays are right around the corner. Make sure you sign up for lots of our services. New this year, 2 new things this year is a second day of Rosh Hashanah lunch at Minda-Waskin Park after Tashlich. You can bring your own picnic, or you can pre-order, and so we can have a nice lunch after and be with our congregational community. We also have a reverse Tashlich. We not just throw our sins into Minda-Waskin ponds, but we will be picking up on a later date, picking up trash, helping the world to be cleaner and more safe and healthier. Look at our e-blast for other upcoming events, but high holidays are what we're focused on pretty much right now. So we end with how we began, the words of Achat Sha'alti on page 662.
Achat Sha'alti Ved Adonai Odah V'Aken. Achat Sha'alti Ved Adonai Odah V'Aken. Shiti Ved Adonai Kol Yemei Chayai. L'chazot benoam Adonai Ulvaker Bechalom. L'chazot benoam Adonai Ulvaker Bechalom.
One thing I ask of Adonai, only that do I seek to live in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of Adonai, and to frequent God's temple. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.